Alright, so here is a squat session video, and you can see I am actually rebuilding my squat. You can see me lean excessively forward, and what I'm doing is I'm actually prioritizing my spinal column to make sure that it stays stable. And one of the things I kind of want you to look at is my hips, my butt. So right there, I want you to kind of view that kind of rotation in the hips. Now overall that doesn't look too bad, but what you're looking for is this butt wink here. I'm trying to get rid of this butt wink. And one of the ways you're able to do this is if you're able to push your knees out. If you can imagine this knee here and just making it go out towards you if you're watching this video. And the idea is that we want to get rid of this butt wink. And the reason why is because it's causing excess shear in my spine. It's also making me compensate in areas such as my knee, ankle, and hip. So here I am with a barbell. And when I talked to Roop, he said one of the things he wanted me to do was to practice keeping my chest down initially and work on bringing my chest up as long as I'm able to maintain. So you can see there was just a little bit of a tilt, a little bit of butt wink, but overall it was fairly decent. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to improve this straight back as much as possible. And overall it looks pretty good. I'm really focused on keeping my stomach tight. The tighter I keep my stomach, the better. And one of the things you also want to consider is that I'm also trying my best to make sure that all my weight stays in my midline, right in the middle of my foot. Now, we've been told much of the time to keep the weight in our heels, back here. And the problem is that when you put the weight in the heels, it really doesn't center the weight on your foot, so you don't get that stable foot position where you have that big toe on the ground right here. So what we want to do is we want to improve, I'm trying to improve my squat. So here I am with some weights. You can see I put a bunch of 10s and 5s on there for the reason that I can see my back and I can assess myself better. And watching this now and doing commentary with Coach's Eye, it actually looks pretty decent. I thought it was horrible, but overall I'm actually doing pretty good. So you can see that I don't even know if you would even call that a butt wink because it looks pretty straight. Let's check that again. So squat down. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a wink there. You can see that there was a little bit of rotation. And really what you want is you want to eliminate that rotation. And that's sort of the reason why I'm kind of keeping a really kind of a very tipped over position to kind of essentially unlock my hips. So here's a different angle. And that one looked good, but then you can see I do a little kind of a, you can see my low back and my spine move just a tiny bit. It's sort of a, kind of like this movement. And the only way I'm going to be able to keep my torso tight to keep my torso from winking like that is for two things. One, get more torque in the hip. Get as much torque as I possibly can here in the hip. And then of course next would be really trying to focus on pushing my knees out more as I go to the bottom. That way I can create more torque, allowing for a more upright position. So watching this assessment. And again, it's fairly good. I just want it to be better. So I'll make a series of these videos. I'll keep making these videos, mostly for me, to kind of show you my progress. This is essentially my first day of officially working on the movement pattern and rebuilding my squat. So you can learn a little bit from these things. And you can see how, again, one more thing, I'm pitching forward a lot for the reason of unlocking my hips to prioritize a straight back. So that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you got some ideas, and see you in the next video.